This might be the most unusual theme request I've ever had. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com. Today I'm working on 3 custom planner spreads, one of which might be the most unusual theme that I've ever been asked to do. So I'm excited to dive in. First off, we have a spread for Angie, who is using the Grande vertical layout, and she requested a rainbow floral theme. I am here for that. I've pulled out a bunch of Live Love Posh sticker books. Cannot wait to create that for her. And then a book that I haven't used in a while. Stephanie requested Stick Babes. Love them. They are some of my faves, so I cannot wait to use these. I'm super excited about that. And then Danny requested a true crime theme in her venti size vertical spread, and she requested the colors pink and yellow, which to me does not scream true crime, but we're gonna see what we can put together for Danny. Still working on some stickers for that, so you'll have to stay tuned. Now, I'm going to put you guys on fast forward. Everything I use, I will link down in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go. Okay, so let's start with Angie's spread. Like I said, she uses the grande size vertical layout. All of the layouts that I'm using today are available over in my shop at ScrappyWife.com. It's on beautiful, beautiful paper, which is why I love using these. And I love nothing more than a rainbow spread. Like there is just something that automatically brings joy when you have a rainbow, and rainbow florals, such a pretty way to do a rainbow themed spread. So I am pulling from Live Love Posh. These are books from way back in the day. They came in a box set and there were all the colors of the rainbow. So, so pretty. I still pull these. I wish she would re-release them because I would totally like some more of some of my favorite colors. But I'm going to use all 7 books in this so I can work my way across the spread. We are going to orient the florals at the top row of boxes and at the bottom row of boxes and have the middle be checklists. That is kind of my favorite, most functional format for the vertical layout. I kind of like to turn it into my own checklist layout, if you will. And we're going to fill in the flowers, let them kind of overlap each other. You might notice there are some gaps. That is where I am specifically planning to cut off what is at the top or bottom and repurpose it on the other end. You'll see how that works as we kind of go through. These are so pretty. These spreads, when you have the books, it just comes together so easily. There's lots of ways to do rainbow spreads. You can have, I generally on a vertical layout like to work left to right. You can go top to bottom. You can mix it up and have all the colors all over the place. It's kind of whatever suits you. I think this is the perfect time of year, getting into spring, really celebrating all of the spring color. Definitely here for it. So a lot of these stickers I am going to be cutting. So you'll see me frequently put it on the back of my arm or on the underside of my arm. That is a technique to take off a little bit of the stickiness in case I have to cut it while it's on the paper. That way it won't tear the paper. So I do that frequently with stickers that I know I'm going to be cutting apart, just to kind of keep a little bit of the stickiness apart. All right, we're working our way through. I decided now I could have totally had the florals kind of burst through the boxes. That would have been absolutely beautiful. I'm going to limit it, cut off some flat sides here and there and limit it to be inside these particular boxes. We're going to focus in the color, bring it all in to the middle. It can be really easy to have a rainbow spread become very overwhelming, especially if you are like me and you like to use all the stickers. And I very much am someone that is a maximalist when it comes to decorating planner spreads. I want to use all the stickers and have all the spaces. But with a rainbow spread, you want the color to be the star, not necessarily individual stickers. And it's a hard balance to strike. And I think by keeping all of the color within The boxes, it just makes a little bit more sense and focuses your eye in to the actual array of rainbow color instead of looking all over the place to see what else is going on a spread. Now, while the formula for this particular spread was pretty easy and pretty straightforward, the execution is a little tricky just because there's so many elements that need to go on the page, lots of straight edges to create. I'm using my scissors off screen to cut stickers and create right angles and get everything to fit as I want it to fit, making sure that I also have elements that I can use top and bottom. It's kind of about finding that balance. You can see I always have to cut these stickers to make sure they're going to work and that they overlap without any kind of awkward gaps. So love how the florals came out. How pretty is that, you guys? So, so good. Let's fill in all the checklists. And then of course we do want to bring in functional boxes because I put all of these decorative stickers that are on clear sticker paper. I put them all over the place. You can't really write on top of clear sticker paper. It's not really effective. So I need to bring in functional boxes. Luckily, these books from Live Love Posh do have functional boxes in them so I can mix and match. I did decide. So this is a tricky thing you have to decide. Are you going to be really strict, vertically keeping all the color within that one vertical line that you've set? Or are you going to let them overlap? I did decide to let them overlap a little bit because I wanted to include some larger boxes that were going to go beyond the confines of the box. So when I took the vertical boxes and laid them on their sides, I knew the yellow was going to go into the green. I knew the purple was going to kind of bleed into the blue. That's okay because I think you still get the impression that the color is working itself across the page. I do have boxes at the top and bottom. I wanted this to be as functional as possible for Angie to use if I were using this as my own planner. I would most likely divide it up in a couple ways. I would have the top row of functional boxes be the morning to early afternoon. I'd have the bottom row be nightly commitments, or I would have all of my schedule in the top row of boxes and the bottom row be other reminders, important things, maybe a daily focus, maybe documenting gratitude each day. There's a lot of different things you could do with those boxes, just depending on what your schedule is for that week. Not everyone has a ton of different things going on that require them to use all of the different boxes. So in this case, I just wanted to give her options on how she could fill out her spread. Now, once all of the boxes are on there, I did tear a box when I was taking it off of the guide and I had to pull another purple box and do a little sticker surgery. It was a whole thing. But once all of those boxes are on, I do want to have one over on the left-hand side. I ended up going with black. Where, like I said, I wanted the focus to be to the middle. We're going to go with a simple black box on the left-hand side, just so it doesn't draw attention to itself. And then I'm going to start bringing in quotes. The quotes are from Keleva Plan, black quotes or rainbow quotes, I think, volume 2. I'm going to pull quotes. I decided to go with black lettering and I'm going to layer them throughout the spread. Just a few encouraging messages for Angie to motivate her, but I feel like I would be motivated just by the color in the spread. I love it so, so much. So let me know, what do you think of Angie's rainbow floral spread? I want to hear your opinions down below. And keep in mind that we have 2 more spreads coming up, and I always like to hear which one you liked the most from this group, and these are pretty diverse. So rainbow florals number 1. Next is a spread for Stephanie. Okay, so Stephanie's request made me so very happy. First of all, she requested a dashboard layout. This is this modified dashboard layout that I have available in my shop. And she requested stick girls. Oh my goodness, the stick babes. I am here for that. This is like a throwback to some older Happy Planner sticker books. I love them so much. I'm actually pulling from 3 different Stick Babes sticker books. We have the teacher one, we have the Crafty Babes, and then we have, I think it's the Essentials. Love, love, love. love this theme. And we're going to go bold. We're going to do black and white and bold colors. I like the bigger stick girls. I think that they have a bigger impact on the page. So you'll see me eventually. We're going to cover up all the little stick girls that are in the boxes and just go with one size. When you have multiple sizes on one spread, I find that confusing visually. So I want them all, if they're all on the same spread, I want them to be all the same size. And this is just going to be like a big old stick babe party. Like they're just going to be having fun. They are crafting. They are having movie nights. They're hanging with their animals. These ladies are having a grand old time. All right, so I pulled some washi tape from my stash. This is a black and white polka dot. I love the contrast of the black with the bright colors of the stick babes. And then the boxes I am pulling are actually from the teacher version of the stick girls, the stick babes. So I'm going to white out a few of the little corner pieces, but it's still, guys, it's so cute how they all come together. They're so fun. I'm going to put washi tape in a few different places. I say this all the time. When I have like a person, even an imaginary person on my spread, I need them to be grounded in some way. I need them to be standing on top of a box. I need them to have a little floor like washi tape. It just, to me, makes visual sense on your page and kind of gives that little person a place to live. So I'm using the washi tape as my floor, and that will be where all of my little stick girls get to stand. And we're going to layer in boxes. It's so fun. I love this spread so much. It was pretty simple to come together. It came together pretty fast, and I am such a fan of it. It totally made me want to use this in my planner for the next week. How cute is it? It's just bright and fun. Now I went back, I wanted to add more of the girls. I kind of struggled because I had this nice little pattern going. I didn't want to like get crazy and just, I mean, hello, there's already 10 million of the stick girls on the stick babes on the spread, and I wanted to include just as many as possible. It goes back to my like maximalist trends. So I am going to look for other ways to add. We are going to add 3 more stick babes and see if you can guess where they're going to end up being. This girl, I mean, she's just cutting up stars. How cute is she? This one, very cute. She's having a movie night. Sunday night seems like a good idea for a movie night. And this one with her cat, adorable, but let's kind of balance her out right there. Super cute. I'm going to bring in a couple of black boxes, title headers that Stephanie can use, and then add a few bullet points. Like I said, this one came together pretty quickly, and it is still one of my favorites. I'm so happy when people ask for some of these throwback sticker books that I have in my collection. They're fun to use. Don't forget to dig into your collection and pull out some of those old favorites. Let me know what you think of the stick babes down below. Okay, next up, this is probably the most unusual request I've had for a theme. Danny wanted a venti size vertical spread. That's the biggest size. And she requested a true crime theme with pink and yellow. That's what really threw me. It was a challenge and I didn't quite know how to bring in pink and yellow. True crime, I just went with some like basic kind of murder mystery icons, that type of thing, and was able to grab some stickers for pink and yellow. How was I going to bring that in? Well, I decided that if you were solving a true crime, you'd probably have a few maps. And so I thought a map background would be very cool. I went onto Canva, looked for map backgrounds, and looked for one where you could manipulate the colors. Depending on the images that you use in Canva, sometimes you can select different colors. I picked one where I could adjust the colors. I adjusted them to have pinks and yellows in it and printed it out to then use as the background. So that is where I got this background paper that I put the vertical boxes on top of. Then we're going to create kind of our little crime. So it goes from left to right. You have, you know, the body found over on the left-hand side, and then they're working to solve the crime as you go. So you'll see the evidence showing up near the crime scene over on the left-hand side. Then on the right-hand side, you have the big board where they're testing out theories on how everything's going to work. You're starting to see fingerprints. And last but not least, you'll see a case file come in, and that is on the bottom right. So it's like they're working to solve the crime as they go through the week of the planner spread. I'm going to be completely honest, and this is like true confession time. Sometimes when I get very specific requests for different planner spreads, it's like really challenging and really hard to get my creativity going. And this one I was a little bit dreading because I was like, oh my goodness, I have no idea how I'm going to do it. But once I started finding the graphics, then this ended up being a lot of fun to put together. I think we can be very easily intimidated by trying certain themes. You may have a very specific theme you're wanting to try out, whether it's for, I don't know, a specific event, a cruise you're going on, I don't know, a hockey tournament, whatever it is, whatever very specific thing you have. Maybe it's a favorite book or a favorite movie. It can feel intimidating, but if you really work at it and plan and play, eventually you're going to come up with something you like. And I really do like how this came together. So for boxes, I went with Mojo Jojo Plans, her jewel tone boxes. I'm very much running low on this deep pink, which is a darn shame because it's one of my favorite colors. But we're going to bring in both sets of boxes, start to work them across the spread. I love the caution tape between the two boxes up top. That's probably my favorite detail of the whole spread. That is super cute. And as I get the boxes down, then we're just going to play with the elements. And like I said, I was trying to like work it from left to right. So you have our little outline of the murder happening over on the left. You're going to see another little outline. Apparently it was a double homicide in this particular case. And then we're working our way with the finding of the evidence. We even have like a knife in a bag and like some DNA swabs. Like it's pretty darn authentic. I don't know that this is a theme that I would put in my planner. I am not a true crime person. To me, life is hard enough. I don't want to like imagine murders and stuff, but I know so many people that love, love, love it. I think it goes back to like just trying to solve mysteries. That is very exciting and very intriguing. So it comes out pretty darn cute though for a true crime theme. This one actually is pretty cute. So I have a few more caution tapes we're going to add that kind of go across a few of the boxes, which I thought was a fun touch. I feel like it would be so cool if one of our favorite sticker shops did a whole true crime set. Like, I think that would be very fun and probably very, very popular. So just putting that out there into the universe. If there's any sticker shop owners that wanted to create a true crime theme, I think it would sell out pretty fast. So I just my 2 cents. These stickers were fun, and all these images that you're seeing are from Canva. I do have the pro membership to Canva, so that's how I have access to all of the images. Okay, so as I get some of these last little details, like the swab and the evidence bags and all of that on the spread, the last little detail I'm going to put on are the footsteps. We have the footprints, and the footprints are going to walk from the outline of the murder victim all the way to from left to right across the page to where we have the case file with its redacted information. It's all the things. So we're going to take all the little footprints, work our way across. The last thing I need to do is actually add the days of the week onto the top of the spread. Sometimes I get so excited with the decorating that I forget some of the functionality. We definitely need days of the week. So we're going to add those on, and then that is going to be it for Danny's spread. A huge challenge, but I very much love how it came together in the end. All right, now it's your turn. 3 very different spreads today, so I'll be interested to see which one is your favorite. We had Angie's Rainbow Floral spread. We had the Stick Babes for Stephanie, and we had True Crime for Angie. Let me know, it's not Angie, for Danny. Let me know which one you like the most down below. As always, I will link supplies in the description box, so be sure to check those out. And most importantly, if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon community. Thank you all so much for your continued support. If you're interested in joining us, finding out more about perks over on Patreon, then you can head to patreon.com/ScrappyWife. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.